Hello, my name is Briggs Perry. I will be introducing you to my team, our client, and the issue that we looked at for our client this evening. I'd like to start off with talking about our team introductions and the roles we had in our presentation. As I just stated earlier, my name is Briggs. I am the team leader for Team Alpha Pax. I will be handling the introduction and the conclusion for our team. Following the introduction, Victoria Rojas will be talking about primary research. Following primary research, our teammate Stephanie Sheeb will be handling our secondary research, followed by Sujin Ha, who will give the team's findings and conclusions. Finally, followed up by Alejandro Hoya talking about the team's recommendations. Once Alejandro is finished, I will come back and give the team's final recommendation. Now, our client is the Hilltop Mentors program, and on the board behind me, you can see our client's mission statement. For summarization purposes, our client aims at assisting students transitioning into campus life. Our client is currently suffering a lack of participation at scheduled events throughout the semester from program members. The purpose for Team Alpha Pax's investigation was to identify the causes of low participation and give recommendations to boost attendance at scheduled semester events. Now I would like to pass the floor to my colleague, Victoria Rojas.
Thank you, Briggs. I'm Victoria, and I'm going to talk about primary research today. Our target group consisted of students, faculty, and staff at St. Edward's. We aimed to survey 370 people and interview 3 people to give us a 95% confidence level. To design our surveys, we looked at our problem statement and our proposal and came up with the information that we thought that we wanted the most feedback on. We then formulated 9 questions, which we decided to do multiple choice to limit the range and variety of answers. We used the online web service SurveyMonkey, which gave us a link that we could send to people to take the survey. To create our interview protocol, we took what we thought were the 4 most important questions from the survey and made them open-ended to allow the interviewee to explain their reasoning behind their answers. To achieve the numbers that we were aiming, each person was in charge of sending the link via Blackboard to 3 to 4 of their other classes. Once we got into this process, we realized that we were not receiving the numbers that we were hoping for, so we then decided to switch to manual surveys as well. We printed off the surveys from SurveyMonkey, went to classes, and just asked the teacher if it was okay, and collected them right there on the spot to ensure 100% participation. We also decided to use another population group, which was the AVID students at McCallum High School. This program is like a college readiness program, so we thought that this was perfect because they are going to be incoming freshmen in the fall who would be attending these types of events. To conduct the interviews, we chose 3 people at random. We made sure that they knew that it was anonymous so that they could give us the most accurate and honest answers. And we used a standard protocol to ensure minimal bias. We distributed as a team a total of 512 surveys. We got back 209, 100 via SurveyMonkey, and 109 manual, which gave us a 93% confidence level. Our actual surveyed population consisted of undergraduate students at St. Edward's University as well as the McCallum High School seniors. This gave us a 93% confidence level. When we handed out the manual surveys, the last question, number 9, had some of the answer choices left off of them, and therefore in our analysis, that question is just used as a reference. SurveyMonkey automatically tallied all of our online survey results, and we hand counted all of the manual ones. We combined them into an Excel spreadsheet and created visuals like the one that you can see behind me. I'm now going to pass it to Stephanie to talk about secondary research.
Hello, my name is Stephanie, and I'll be talking to you guys about our secondary research that we did. So the themes for how we solved our themes was that we analyzed the surveys that we distributed throughout the whole project, and then once we analyzed that, we found 3 recurring patterns, and we decided to target those 3 recurring patterns. We found those patterns to talk about the student participation, and we researched that through journal articles and also through online databases such as the school's library. Around those The three themes are basically from the gist, is mostly talking about student participation at collegiate events. And as you can see behind me, we found a lot of research sources, but we limited them to 5 because they mostly were very substantial in our findings. And we decided to put them in 2 main topics, one of them being the decreased student participation and also increasing student participation. And now I will pass it on to Susan, who will be doing the findings and conclusions.
Thank you, Stephanie. Hello, my name is Susan Han, and I'll be talking about the findings and conclusion. After surveying the population of St. Edward undergraduate students and population of the McCallum High School senior, we were able to draw the following conclusions. First, majority of the students joined school organization for making friends. And second, they want school organization to be highly influenced by making friends and social interactions. Third, students prefer organization to meet on weeknights once a week on weeknight on campus. And third, based on our secondary research, we further determined wants and needs of the students looking for school organizations to join and to school organizations to join. And first, better participation can be achieved by promoting events through social media pushes such as Facebook, Twitter, and other online medias. And second, the increase of participation can be also improved by emphasizing importance and benefits of joining collegiate organizations for future employment and references. And third, some examples of the other school organization events involve engaging the events with students' current interests. And lastly, attendance for school organization at other institutions was improved by communicating directly to the staff and the leaders via email or Facebook, as well as pushing the events through social media plus. Now I'm going to pass it on to Alejandro to talk about the recommendation.
Thank you, Susan. I'm Alejandro Hoya, and I'll be presenting Team Alpha Pack's recommendations based on our research. Increase social media interaction with program participants via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Tumblr. Creating an online presence, events, and reminders helps raise awareness significantly. Emphasize the important benefits and schedule events on campus during weekdays and try to limit it to once a week. Our research shows that if they're scheduled on weekends or more than once a week, students are not as likely to participate due to scheduling conflicts. Emphasize the importance and career benefits involved with program participation in collegiate organizations. Our secondary data findings indicated that employers and higher education place high importance on participation in collegiate organizations. Create an event on career resume building. The Hilltop Mentor Program can emphasize the importance of workshop type events to the student beyond their collegiate career. And our main recommendation is to hold events based around social media interaction and include event activities that encourage the creation of friendships while also building a sense of community. This can be done with games such as icebreakers or a team building activity. An example of this would be maybe getting a team of 5 to 7 people to finish a puzzle without any verbal communication. Based on our research, we found this to be our main recommendation. We believe it will have the largest impact on event participation. And I'll be passing it to Briggs for the conclusion.
Thank you, Alejandro. All right, just to give you guys a recap, I handled the introduction. I'm currently going over our conclusion with you. Victoria handled primary research, followed by Stephanie with secondary research, followed by Sujin with findings and conclusions, and you just heard Alejandro with our recommendations. To restate our recommendation, we encourage the Hilltop Mentors Program to hold events based around social interaction between program members. We would like to take this time to thank you all for your attention this evening. Does anyone have any questions for myself or my team?